Hello guys, welcome back on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. If today happens to be the first time to come across my videos, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification right next to the subscribe, and also don't forget to also like this video. I'm just doing this video just for entertainment and not financial advice. Okay, so today again I want to look at what is going to happen, what I anticipate will happen in the financial market, especially for gold next week. Today is the 24th of May, and ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take you through what I expect for gold next week, start 25th of May 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to advise, if you are a trader, you are there and you're really stuck, you don't know what you're doing, or you're losing money in the market, I just want to advise you, just get one strategy, focus on it, that one strategy, and trust me, you are going to see results at the end of the day. Focus on one strategy, right? Don't be a jack of all trade, master of none. Focus on one strategy, focus on it. If possible, stop watching a lot of people. Okay, stop watching a lot of people in the market that are doing videos about financial markets. Just focus on one strategy, focus on one, backtest it, give yourself time, let's say 30 days or let's say 60 days, backtest it, and trust me, you are going to thank me later, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but before then, I want also tell you, if you also want to learn my simple strategy in the market, for me, I will just teach it for free. Okay, you don't have to pay me anything. Okay, you don't have to pay me anything, and you just comment in the comment section interested, or maybe I might put my link. My telegram on the video. Yeah, I think I need to start doing that. I've not put my telegram link on the video. I'm gonna put my link on the video here in the description of the video, so you can also be able to communicate with me. I teach you my strategy, very simple strategy. I don't complicate things. Okay, they say keep it simple, just simple, right? Because we are just small. Like, we are too small in this market. Just a market that is moving around $7.7 trillion on a daily basis, and then you think you can dictate or say what you think the market is going to do at the end of the day. It's not possible. So you need to have a strategy, a very simple strategy, how you're going to get into the market and get something out of it, and not for you to just keep on losing money every now and then. Okay, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to straight into the video. I want to show you what we expect this coming week, ladies and gentlemen. My phone is let me see this. Yeah, it's blued. Let me see, why is it blued like that? Why is it blued like that? Okay. Why is it blued like this? I don't get it. Okay, I had to make it okay. Nice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to look at gold. Right now. We are going to look at gold. But before looking at gold, I want us to look at the DXY, which happens to be the dollar index. You know, the dollar is so important to the financial market, that it dictates what happens to the other currencies, especially gold and Bitcoin. You know, not all, but currencies that are correlated to the US dollar. The dollar dictates what happens. So when the dollar is going up, of course, Bitcoin will go down, or gold will be going down. Or when the dollar is bullish, Bitcoin or gold are expected to be bearish. Okay, so now looking at what happened, let's look at what is happening this month on the USD. Let's look at what is happening this month on the USD, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening is that, of course, we see that the dollar is buying, is bullish, right? The USD is bullish. You see this candle, this is this month candle showing that the US dollar is bullish. Okay, when you look at the weekly, what is happening, what happened last week, there was an indecision in the market. This is a doji candle. This is a doji candle. There was an indecision in the market last week. Okay, and because of this, we might have a reversal in the market, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we might have a reversal in the market, but this is an indecision. So there was a tug of war between the buyers and sellers of the US dollar. Okay, so there's a possibility of having a reversal in the market. And ladies and gentlemen, if, for example, if we took our fib, brought it here like this, took our fib here like this, which means that because of this indecision, we might have a downward pull. Okay, on a weekly, we might have a downward pull to the downside, right? Because of indecision. But I'm not saying that's what is going to happen, because anything is possible in the financial market. Anything is possible in the financial market. So last week, we had a very big indecision. So let's go to gold. Since we have seen that, that's enough, ladies and gentlemen, for us to really understand what happened in the market last week. Looking at the monthly, what is happening this month on gold. This month, of course, we are seeing that we have red candles, which means that the bears are in control, the sellers are in control. Okay, the sellers are in control. Of course, we've had a very big run on the upside. Okay, very big run on the upside. Gold has been buying, and at some point it decided that it decided to sell. But this sale is just a retracement, ladies and gentlemen. This sale is just a retracement. Of course, it's going to retrace until a certain point, and then it's gonna start pushing higher and higher and higher. Okay, and looking at it, let's look at what happened last week. Last week on gold, exactly, it is still an indecision candle. It is still a doji candle, ladies and gentlemen. It's still a doji candle. So anything is possible here. And guess what? When you look at this, look at it, it is within that zone whereby there are chances of it retracing back on the upside. But if we take the high and the low of this place, it is showing that it is within the golden zone. It just tapped within the golden zone the other week, which means that we have chances of this thing coming down until 41,120. Ladies and gentlemen, let us mark that in our mind. 4120, ladies and gentlemen, right? 4120, because if you look at it on our golden zone, which means that it came back and tapped in our golden zone, and ladies and gentlemen, you see, expect it to come until 4120, ladies and gentlemen. But anything is possible in the financial market due to a lot of sentiments, a lot of fundamentals. Fundamentals actually can change the movement, market structure. Fundamentals, and especially now, according to what we had this weekend, whereby Donald Trump said that there is negotiation going on, and that they are going to have a 60-day ceasefire, which means that it is very good for gold. It is very good for the US dollar. It might shoot up, and then from there we might see gold shooting down. But ladies and gentlemen, when we go on our 4-hour here, let me take this off. When we go on our 4-hour, ladies and gentlemen, you see that the gold is within a very strong demand zone, right? Gold is within a very strong demand zone. So on the 4-hour, there are chances that gold might shoot up. But that being said again, we see that gold has been breaking structure to the downside. And because gold has been breaking structure to the downside, if we take our fib, take it here, take the high and take the low here, ladies and gentlemen, we saw that it came back and tapped in, it came back and tapped into this golden zone, okay, and then broke structure to the downside. And if we should also come back here and take this high here to this low, ladies and gentlemen, we are expecting it to come back by a bit and then break structure to the downside. There is no assurance that it is going to sell immediately. Why? Because of the sentiments, because of what might happen, because of the war, because anything is possible in the financial markets. Anything is possible in the financial market. But when you look at it, because this is a strong zone, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at it, because this is a strong zone, what might also happen is that it might respect this zone, because when the market reached here, it retested, bought, reached here, bought, reached here, it bought, it might again buy from this area here. It might also buy from this area, ladies and gentlemen. It might also continue on the upside, depending on the market conditions, because anything is possible in the financial market. So, ladies and gentlemen, you just have to keep your strategy simple. But gold is in a strong zone. It is trapped there. And trust me, anytime it might shoot up, continue running up, or because of what is happening and the news that are coming out from the Donald Trump and then other things around the world, from the state of Hormuz and stuff like that. Okay, if we have good news from America, of course gold is going to sink. Okay, of course gold is going to sink. So we are expecting, we are like praying. If gold is supposed to sell, it's supposed to break this. Supposed to break this zone here. Supposed to break this zone here on the 4-hour. And if you check again, the same thing on the daily also. On the daily, it is still the same structure. If it breaks here, ladies and gentlemen, we are going on the downside. Okay, we are going on the downside. But still, it can also decide to also shoot up and continue buying. Because gold has been bullish for the longest time. Okay, but for now, gold is bearish. Okay, gold is bearish. For me, I call it a retest. Okay, but the buyers know what gold can do when gold start buying. Gold can buy like a no man's business. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you also want to learn how to trade, of course, I'm going to put my link there in the description. You can just communicate with me. I'll teach you for free, because you know it's not easy. So I'll teach you for free, and we see what will happen. And ladies and gentlemen, today happens to be your first time coming across my channel. Do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so that you can always receive videos or see my videos. I want to post constantly now. Because it is also helping me as a trader to also improve my trading, right? And it also gives me also account to also make sure that at least I am in the market, and I know that I'm going to give you something at the end of the day. I'll be bringing so many educational videos here about Forex. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not financial advice. I'm just showing you ways how myself I am making money online, the financial market. And trust me, it is amazing. If you learn. Okay, learn. Don't first get in the market. Make sure you learn how the market is operating, and trust me, you will also be beneficial and also learn and also get something out of the market. It's not easy, but it's possible. It is possible. Thank you so much. I meet you again in my next video. We meet at the top.